Alright, I'm just testing the quality of the audio right now. Getting ready to start this live stream. And here we go. Hello everybody, welcome back to a live stream, a brand new live stream. Tonight we are going to just take a look at some of the things that we are able to do with Universe Sandbox. I found this game is very profound in a lot of ways. I love how you can basically do whatever you want and how you can play God in this game specifically. By either creating things or causing destruction. I like to balance the two, so tonight we're going to be doing both those things, just whatever y'all want me to do. But for now, I'm just going to start off by destroying Earth, which I've already done that. In the making of this thumbnail, there was an Earth that was harmed. This is that Earth. The one I slammed Mars into, now it just looks like a lifeless black rock. How fun. Okay. So notice that there's literally nothing else in the solar system except for the Earth and the Sun. That's pretty boring. So I am going to just go to a new empty simulation. And I kind of want to see where the limits of my hardware are at. I know I have the simulation running in 4 performance right now. So I want to see what would happen during the largest possible explosion in the known universe. I'm going to have to back up for this. Yeah. I do not want to be close to this whenever it happens. What happens when 2 suns collide with each other? Okay, I'm gonna have to speed up. Ooh, shoot. That is a supernova! Doesn't look like it's affecting my computer too badly. If we had a planet inside here, it would be on fire right now. This is literally the hottest explosion possible. So this is moving how fast? It's expanding very fast, that's for sure. But it doesn't tell me how fast it actually is expanding. I just know that probably about an AU per second. Well, no, this is going in hours, so maybe an AU per hour, which is still insanely fast. I love that. That looks incredible. I wonder if there's ways to get different supernova sizes and colors and shapes by colliding different types of stars. So what I'm going to do right now, I just wanted to see what it looked like, or if it would destroy my computer at all. Thankfully it didn't, so we're in the clear. I want to try doing things to Earth. Very, very bad things. Things that I've been trying to do for a while. So a lot of you may have seen my recent video about that nuclear war simulation that I did. I actually did that within Universe Sandbox 2 because it's easy to really simulate ICBMs and all that sort of nuclear missile activity. All you have to do is just launch small asteroids at low velocity over the Earth, and instead of orbiting it, it'll just come back down on the other side of the planet if you do it right. So I'm going to go to this one. I just want to show you all what that process looks like. So I have the simulation paused, of course, otherwise this wouldn't work very well. And auto launch velocity is on. We're going to change that to be off, and we are going to set the launch velocity to 6.95 kilometers per second, which may seem incredibly fast, but that until you remember that the escape velocity of Earth is around 7 kilometers a second, so not really close. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to let the Earth spin a little bit, just so I can launch it from like America or something. Okay, here we go. So now we got to slow the simulation down to mere seconds per second. Yeah, there we go. So once we have our auto launch velocity off, we throw some small objects. I say small, but these things are like a kilometer wide. So, you know, if we were just launching kilometer wide rocks across the planet, things would end very fast. So I gotta say, for one, that the physics engine of Universe Sandbox is pretty good, but it could be better. See, look, I launched one and now it's gonna go over the planet ballistic style. So if we speed it up just a little bit, we'll see the trajectory is. And of course the planet rotates while it's moving, so it makes things a little difficult to predict. That's why it looked kind of crappy, but I did sit there a while trying to configure it. And also, not to mention, impacts aren't very realistic. See, like, would that really happen? Oh, wow. Okay, that's insane. Oh, jeez. That would be insane. See how many of those explosions are happening? A lot of them are happening over the ocean, so I can't even imagine the tsunamis you'd have, let alone just the impacts of those rocks coming back. Let's see how big they are. 96 meters? You have 100-meter wide rocks just falling all over the planet. Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. So we did something that's relatively bad. Now we're going to do something that's very bad. All right. I'm just replying or just typing in the chat. There we go. So whether it be destruction or creation, I don't really care. All right, so what I just did, I want to try doing again on a much more massive scale. I'm going to take a few more of those giant rocks. Wow, 116 kilometers. That wouldn't work very well. It also really depends on the mass of the object. If it's something like this that's only a kilometer wide, it's not really a big deal. So we are somewhere in the southwestern US, and from here we're going to launch a series of nukes. So all you do is you just kind of launch them into the sky. You can change it to hit different positions by doing something like that. Setting the angle, the yaw lower, so it'll go over the other side of the planet a little bit easier. If that makes any sense. Sometimes I just don't. So of course you can launch it closer to the horizon. The lower down to the ground you launch it, the shorter it's going to go. So if you set it, this is the highest you can look up into the sky. It should go pretty far. So we launched maybe a dozen. We'll see what happens. Okay, wow, that was fast. Okay, so that is not what I intended to happen. Instead of it going over to the other side of the planet, I guess either I launched it too low or the launch velocity was too low, but oh damn, yeah, Russia's getting messed up. Which is what I kind of intended. I think we all feel a certain way about Russia now. Okay, now for the really big stuff. I'm going to drop... Well, I don't have it orbiting a star, so we might want to fix that. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And I want this to be somewhat realistic, so I am going to use the actual sun and keep it at a distance, but I gotta auto orbit the Earth, otherwise it's just gonna fall right back to the sun, which will be a disaster. So motion, you go all the way down to position lock. So the reason why I want to do it like this is so I can log time and also have weather conditions remain stable on Earth. I'm gonna throw something really big at it and see how it recovers over like 1,000 years. Wow. Okay. So, how about Mercury? No. I tried launching Mars at it, like for the thumbnail, I collided Earth and Mars and it literally destroyed Earth, so I don't want that to happen. You'll probably drop a series of Plutos on it. Nah. We'll just do actual planets, Mercury. So if we drop Mercury on Earth, it would be catastrophic. But I have a feeling that just one of these wouldn't be enough to stop life from returning eventually. Okay, is that how it's supposed to be moving? I don't understand. So I'm going to launch this, set auto launch velocity on, and oh no. There we go. So we're going to change it to maybe 20 kilometers a second, because then it'll be a really high-speed collision, and there's a lot more variables that come to determining I guess the damage from an asteroid more than just the size. Also speed, that's an important factor. Launch it at the good old USA, because why not? Okay, so it's really close, which I did not intend, so it's basically going to collide instantly after we turn the simulation on. Okay, Earth isn't moving for some reason. I don't know why. I think I might have clicked the wrong thing. Let's go back and check. Oh, I turned on position lock instead of auto orbit. There we go. Oh, jeez. Look how hot it's getting. Holy shit. And that's just the average temperature among the surface, so those areas over to the impact site or closer to the impact site must be really hot, like temperature of the sun hot. Okay, at this point, all life on Earth is probably eliminated. I hope it doesn't. I gotta stop it from getting too hot. Because of that, it's literally gonna. Oh, yeah, it's starting to evaporate. Dang, why is it taking so long to zoom out? What the hell? There we go. Okay, we gotta turn the temperature down just a little bit. I'm gonna do that manually because I want to see what Earth looks like after a couple thousand years. I wish there was like a temperature lock you can keep it at. Okay, I'm gonna like constantly click this to keep it from evaporating. Earth just really wants to get hot for some reason. Whoa, what the heck? Okay, I definitely glitched it out. Okay, for some reason there are still lights. That shouldn't be the case. Finally! Jeez, this cloud is really bugging. So I'm gonna delete those fragments right quick just because they're going to become a nuisance later on. Or maybe I could auto-orbit all of them. Is there an option to do that? I don't think so. Reverse time? No, I don't want to reverse time. Let's clear all fragments. There we go. So for some reason, there's still lights on Earth. After a catastrophe like that, I can't see why. All I know is that things are really cold and barren on Earth. Whoa, yeah, I definitely glitched it out. Okay, that's really weird. There's still vegetation, I don't understand. Okay, so I made it really hot, kind of set it back to how it maybe would be by about this time, a couple days after. So now all we gotta do is see what it looks like. Please don't tell me it's just falling towards the sun. No, it's not. So we just speed it up. Watch what happens. Okay, that is a really weird orbit. I mean, maybe a collision like that would be enough, but damn. Earth is just black. Okay, it gets really hot during some times of the year, I can imagine. Oh, geez. Half of the year, Earth is in the heat zone. So this would be winter. Just imagine the disparity between that. Like, during the summer months, you're literally... The sun is probably 3 times as big. Okay, let's see. Is there anybody in the chat yet? Nope. That's okay. We're going to keep doing this anyways. Alright. Now, we don't know what else we can do with Earth, do we? But I do. All I have to do is completely destroy it. Because I think it's beyond saving at this point. Even though for some reason, I don't understand why, but even though it's close to the sun... Okay, this is how far away it would be during, like, winter months. This is how close it would be during the summer months. But for some reason, it's still completely black. I guess because there's no atmosphere or anything. Or ocean. So, I guess it's just time to destroy it then. But instead of destroying it with an explosion, let's destroy it with a laser. Alright, wavelength. Can I increase the wavelength? Light color. I know, I understand that further to the left on the wavelength spectrum is more powerful because of their shorter waves. Oh, holy crap. Okay, We could do better than that. There we go. It's still going around the sun. That's so weird. I don't understand what's going on. Oh, it's because I have it set to like 10 months a second. That's why. Alright. Oh, there we go. I only did that for like a second, and it was enough to probably obliterate all life. Yeah, I've definitely got to change the speed of the simulation. Okay, Earth is now obliterated. New simulation, because there's other things I want to do tonight. Alright. So we haven't done a lot with gas giants yet. And I was just thinking, what would happen if you collided Earth with Jupiter? A lot of people don't even realize how much bigger Jupiter is than Earth. And that's why Jupiter is our savior. Not because, you know, they could consume us, you know, relatively easily, but because they're so massive and they're further back into the solar system, which allows asteroids to be picked up by its gravitational pull and basically takes care of a lot of threats for us. We need to have like a holiday celebrating Jupiter. Now, we all know what gas giants failed to do. They're a massive disappointment to stars because with enough, given enough mass, nuclear fission, or is it fusion or fission? I'm not sure, is actually possible and can be sustained within a massive object. So here we have Jupiter, or two Jupiters combined into one. We're going to go ahead and turn on position lock, just so I can throw a whole bunch at it. We're trying to create a star here, a custom star. And maybe create yet another solar system, because that actually was pretty fun. I want to do that again in the future. So I know to be considered a star, or for fission to be possible, it has to be a certain mass, which is believed to be around between 80 and 90 times the mass of Jupiter. But dang, got those big old fragments coming off that are massive. You see them? They don't even look like fragments. They look like miniature planets. Which is probably what they are, but I don't understand how they're rocky. Is that gas? Particle flying by Jupiter, which is not just a freaking particle. Oh my god, it's 85% the size of Earth. So composition. Oh yeah, it's 100% gas. So this is all gas. I don't know why it looks like that then. So it's only 6 times the mass of Jupiter. So we need to start throwing bigger gas giants at it. Random gas giant. That's a gas giant? Are you serious? Ooh, that's a huge exoplanet. Maybe Saturn? No. Only Jupiters can actually do well. Oh, this is a pretty big gas giant. Let's see what happens. Probably intense lag. Oh, jeez. That was really laggy. It was also gorgeous. Oh my goodness. So now it's 9 times the mass of Jupiter. We're about 1/10 of the way there. And this giant body, planetary body, is picking up everything that escaped it originally. I don't know what this thing of gas is just circling the planet, but I know everything's going to come back eventually or start orbiting Jupiter. So maybe we can keep this right here whenever we're done creating our little star. Let's see. Kepler 62e looks incredible, and so does 62f. I want to go to the Kepler 62 system, just see some of the cool stuff they got. Gas giant. Oh my god, that's big. Holy crap! Okay, this is some good music. Kind of matches what we're doing here. I think the game recognizes when something major is happening. It just starts playing that dramatic ass music. Polo? Really? This is a gas giant? Oh, it's a moon. So why is it called moon when it's classified as a gas giant? So it's not even called Jupiter anymore. It's called Yib-Yib-Lav or whatever. This thing is huge. Pretty massive, too. 3 times the mass of Earth. So how big is this thing anyways? It's only 4 times the mass of Jupiter? What happened to all the mass? Okay. There's a way we could fix this. By throwing gas at it, of course. Well, except it's just called hydrogen in the game. Not all gas is hydrogen. Particle mass. Jupiter mass. We need to change it to 2 Jupiters. So this is gonna cause some insanity. It's too far away, honestly. We've got to turn on position lock for this thing. Yeah, again, we do that by going to motion and clicking either 0 velocity or position lock. I always choose position lock, though. Just give it enough time, and this gas is going to find its way to Jupiter. It's going to take a long-ass time, though. Holy crap, it created a star. Did it? Yeah, it's a star. But it's really cold. What the hell? Why is it so cold? Is that why it's gray? That's weird. And it's a very active star, probably because it's brand new. Newer stars tend to be really active. So, nuclear fusion, or fission, whatever it's called, is actually possible on this star. But how? That's not realistic. Okay. Wait, hold on, let me check something real quick. Hey, Mitchell, man. I know you're probably gone from the live stream by now, but I saw your message. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat, but it's a little hard sometimes. So I get distracted by this. Okay. So how do we fix the temperature problem? The only reason it became like this, it became a star, is because we just added mass to it. And it's only 18% the mass of the sun. It's only 7 times the size of Jupiter, so imagine this, okay? We're gonna make Earth orbit it. We've probably actually gotta give it just a little bit of heat first. Or should we just let Earth orbit it? Because I want to see what the habitable zone would be on a thing like this. Okay, so it does have a habitable zone. That's insane. So we just make it orbit right here. Alright, there's a way we can fix this. But let's see how Earth looks. And we're gonna turn off. Oh, wow, that was close. We didn't need to get that close, but okay. So it's pretty normal right now. Except it's not really realistic. If the sun wasn't emitting, or the star wasn't emitting that kind of light, it would just be dark on Earth. So let's turn up the temperature a little bit. It's in the negatives, actually. Imagine being on this star. Be like cold mush. You wouldn't die from it, maybe except from the gravity. The gravity is insane. It's only 32 Kelvin? Holy crap. Celsius, negative 241. So we multiply it by 0.1. And then do it like this. There we go. So we turn the star to a, wow, that is hot. So we multiply it by 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, that's way too hot. There's no star that's that hot. Yeah, this is... I want to see what would happen on Earth. Oh, wow. It's glowing. Jeez! It got hot really fast. It's already like... oh my god. What is that? 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 99 million degrees. Does not exist anymore. It says binary. The sun just explode? Oh, it was probably way too hot. So that They're a binary system now. That's kind of sad. Okay, that's not what I intended. Hello, dude viewer who is currently sitting in the chat. Is there anything that you want to see in particular? Or see me do? I'm just kind of going with the flow right now, trying to think of stuff to do. I need a little bit of input. Alright, so we're gonna start off with star again. Because I kind of want to test something. So, say we have a really massive star. Like, this thing is insanely big. Rigel. It's one of the biggest, Rigel, I don't know. It's one of the hottest and largest stars in the solar, or not in the solar system, but in the universe, I think, that we know of. I could be wrong. Instead, let's look at Betelgeuse. Oh my god, this thing is a behemoth. It's literally 6 AUs across. So I want to see what the habitable zone would be for a star like this. And it's only, wow, 2,000 degrees Kelvin. Celsius, it's only 2,400. So what we're going to do now is take a look at the habitable zone view. And as we can see, you have to go very, very far to actually get into the green zone. So let's just say we have a planet, Earth, out here in the habitable zone. Usually we're only one astronomical unit away, or about 93 million miles. But in this case, we're going to be over 100 times that length away from the star, and we'll see how it affects the planet. So right now I placed it at about 160 AUs away from the star. It'll get, yeah, it's in the habitable zone. Oh, is this habitable zone of Earth? What? Doesn't make any sense. We're turning that off. Maybe that's why it bugs out sometimes. Okay. Now we got Earth. Maybe get a look at how the sky, or how the star looks from there, how it would look, or just how life would be if Betelgeuse was our star. And wow, it is insanely big, even by this comparison, because even though it's over 100 times further away from, you know, how it would be if our sun was there, it's still an impressive size. Let's see how long a year is on there. So we got motion. Wow, 500 years, almost 600 years. So a year in this system for this planet Earth would be about 600 years in our time. So I don't even want to imagine how the calendar would work in that case. Maybe they just wouldn't even include years. Who knows? So that's interesting enough. We're gonna try another system though. Also, I noticed that there's 2 other people in the watching this live stream right now. What do y'all want me to do? Nice to see y'all. I don't know who's actually joined or not. But give me some ideas. I would love to blow stuff up in your name. Okay. We're gonna do what we did, but like times 10. We're going to get something really hot. 21 times the mass of the sun. Funny enough, Betelgeuse is only 11 times the mass of the sun, but it's over 100 times bigger. Don't know how that works. We gotta check and see which star has the biggest, or no, maybe which one is the bluest, because the blue ones, the blue stars give off the most heat. Either that or the white ones. I think it's the blue though. Too bad you can't really see from here. This one's 2 times the size. Wow, 14 kilometers? You kidding me? Is this an actual star that's been found? PSR J1311 3430. So let's see the properties of this interesting star. So let's see. Its distance from me is only 12 kilometers. Or maybe the distance from one side to the other. I don't know. The speed 0 meters per second because there's nothing else in the simulation. I'm trying to see what how long the days are on here. What's the rotational period? Oh, there it is. Holy crap. So a day on here is only 45 seconds. Imagine. And for some reason, it's insanely hot, but very tiny. I actually want to see what the origin of the star is, but we don't have a lot of time for that. So instead, we're going to take a look at what the habitable zone would be for this star. It'd probably be a very unstable system, but let's scroll out. Is there like even a habitable zone? Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Probably because it's so hot. It's very, very tiny. I thought there just wasn't a habitable zone for some reason. So instead of, yeah, let's just place Earth right here. It's at 8% of an AU, which is that blows my mind. Instead of doing just regular boring old Earth, let's do one of the Kepler planets. Okay. And also something I want to see on Kepler, right? So now there's an option to enable city lights. I want to see visuals. Yeah, I want to see what it would look like on this planet. So I'm going to follow this one. This one I can imagine would have very short years. And being on a planet that's orbiting at 3 kilometers, or no, 21 kilometers a second. No, 142, my bad. Alright, go back to motion. Who knows? Alright, so it's time to crank it up in here a little bit. We're going to start destroying things. So first of all, I'm going to simulate a catastrophe in the solar system. First, I need to just recreate it. Right, so I'm going to put down the sun. You ever try to think about what might happen if a black hole somehow entered the solar system, right? So we're going to find out. We got to make things orbit each other. All right, Mercury. I don't know how far away these planets actually orbit the sun, so I'm just doing a little bit of guesswork here. And yes, I know I'm an uneducated swine. So now we got, let's turn on orbits just so I can see what it looks like. Yeah, there we go. We don't really need trails on. Venus would be a lot further away, I think. Nah, maybe this is fine. So it's gonna look like that, or did I? Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah, I messed up. I just like kind of guessed where Earth might need to be, but no, it's not true. We need to go back to actions and delete this object. Okay, just making sure that my settings are correct. Trying to figure out why I might have lost some people there. Okay, let's keep it at about right here. Even though this is probably unrealistic because the orbits are not this eccentric. They're actually way more lopsided. So Mars is probably sitting at about... I can actually look this stuff up on my phone if I'm not too sure. Orbital distance of Mars. Okay, 1.52 AUs, so I need to get a little bit closer. There we go. That's some good guesswork there, but let's try to do a little bit better next time. So I'm just gonna definitely do some guesswork now. This is not realistic. I didn't want to reload just the basic simulation because we would have a little bit of issues there. What I'm talking about is that it might have been a little too laggy to make this feasible. So, is anyone else sad that Pluto isn't considered a planet? I watched that episode of Rick and Morty lately, and now I'm just kind of in my feels about it. So, let's see. Is it going to be... It's not going to be in planet. I think it's going to be in... Really? You got to go and put it in minors? No. Nuh-uh. Pluto's a big boy. It really is, though. Like, look at this thing. It's 18% the size of Earth. Well, I mean, it is the smallest. Well, not Mercury. Take a look at Mercury, and Mercury is seriously, like, barely bigger than that is. So why is Mercury considered a planet but not Pluto? I don't understand. So now we have our cool little system here. We're gonna let it run. We're gonna speed it up a lot because that's just what I'm about. Wait till maybe about 100 years. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna launch a black hole. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna launch a really, really big black hole at the solar system just to see what would happen because I'm a merciless god. All right, now let's see, 1 solar mass. Nah, 100 solar masses. Let's just do 100,000, or not 100,000. Duh, 100. We don't want to completely obliterate it. I just want to see what the long-term effects of it would be. Say we go really, really far away, right? We're gonna launch this thing pretty fast, maybe going about 5 kilometers a second, which doesn't seem very realistic. Oops. So yeah, we're gonna launch a star or a black hole with the 100 solar masses, or maybe I'll just launch another star. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll launch another. Nah, who wants to see a star? I'll see a black hole. Sorry, I'm so indecisive tonight, guys. Let's go ahead and launch it in 3, 2, 1. Now this is gonna take a while. Oh shoot, I made it orbit. I didn't mean for that to happen. Oops. Alright, let's go and delete this thing. This is very ballpark, but I have a feeling it's not gonna hit or make contact. So right now we are launching, for those of you who are joining, we are launching a black hole with 100 solar masses at the solar system that I just recreated. There we go, now it's actually on launch. For some reason it still has an orbit. I don't understand. Or does it? Maybe I'm just tripping. So you're gonna have to zoom out a lot and go back to the sun. See, this is not realistic. Whoa. What is that? Wait, what? The sun is orbiting Jupiter? How in the hell? Oh, it's because position lock's on. Okay, let's turn that off. I think it's on. That'd be very bad if it is. No, it's off, so I don't understand. Why are they orbiting each other? This doesn't make any sense at all. They're stuck in some sort of binary orbit. Where's the supermassive black hole at? Can't even see it. So maybe we go back and look at trails. Oh, there we go. Where's it at? Come on, this thing's elusive as hell. There we go. So let's 200 years a second. Okay, now I kind of want to zoom back in just a little bit. Everything's getting sucked up. Okay. First I gotta know, is this doomsday for Earth? We gotta slow it down just a little bit. Does Earth still exist? Yeah, it does. How in the hell? What is its semi-major axis? It's 1 AU. Things are changing very rapidly on this planet, I can tell you that. Okay, so it's spinning a little faster than it's supposed to, and its orbital period's a year, so everything's still pretty normal. I don't think anybody noticed or would notice this yet. Well, maybe so, because it's a freaking black hole and they probably had thousands of years to notice. So let's turn it up just a little bit. So this is going to cause utter chaos once the black hole arrives. Next time I'm going to do this with a star just so it'd be easier to see. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on here. Okay, so it's about to make contact. So let's see. What are we looking at? I know that Earth is definitely struggling just a little bit. Oh shit. Oh shit, it's getting really close. This is going to be a very sudden end for people on Earth. So for some reason, the temperature is still stable. So yeah, people would notice by now, and they're probably like freaking out about the end of the world. All the other systems, or all the other planets in the system, seem to have kept their orbit with the sun. Here it comes. So it looks like it's going to actually miss it, but there's a significant amount of things that may go into it, including Earth. You know, when it goes around this black hole, it's going to be like a really, really, really strong slingshot. So now let's see how fast it's moving. 150 kilometers a second. How about now? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so it actually took Earth out of its orbit. Let's look at Earth. Damn, Earth got unlucky. So now they're orbiting a black hole. And we don't know. Let's take a look at its motion. Let's see how much this is messed up. Or messed it up. We're still going at a really rapid speed, so long-term effects are kind of uncertain. Rotational period still the same. Will we be able to see orbital period? Yeah, it's orbiting it at... Damn. Okay, this is really depressing for Earth. All life would already be snuffed out. So for those of you who are currently in the live chat or watching this stream, you can tell me what you want to see. I mean, I'm kind of trying to keep this open. You know, if you want to see something specific or want to see me do something, create something, destroy something, I'm down. It's really up to y'all. Okay, so that's enough of that. I guess we'll see what the long-term effects of this would be, except if we use a star instead, because that way we're actually able to see what everything's running towards. Alright, so we're gonna place Betelgeuse? No, we're gonna do the solar system. What am I thinking? Okay, so we do the sun. That's fantastic. Mercury, Venus, Earth, sitting at 1 AU. It's kind of hard to tell which one is which, but yeah, here we go. And then Mars, sitting at about 1.5 AUs away. There we go. All right. I feel like we're good. No, we need Pluto. Okay. Oh yeah, it's considered a minor. I forgot. There we go. This isn't really a realistic system, but oh well, it'll do for now. So what happens if we throw a star into the system? So I don't want to make it something too big. Betelgeuse would probably be way too massive. Why don't we try a main sequence star? Just a regular yellow main sequence star. Alpha Tau, orange giant. Okay, so it's... Why is this a giant? This isn't a giant. What are you talking about? See how it affects things. If we got a star that's more massive than the sun. And it's going really... Why does it have to launch that fast? That's going to take literally tens of thousands of years. It's half a light year away from the sun, so we need to change its speed to probably something really rapid. There we go. Just give it some time. It's very far away. Doesn't look like it's going to do too much. But let's see what the habitable zones are. I know this is going to look weird. Is there habitable zones to speak of? Oh, probably very far away, so it's going to be hard to tell. They look a lot closer than they actually are, so this probably wouldn't affect the solar system too much. But now they're going to be in a binary orbit, I think. So let's give it like a couple tens of thousands of years and see if they actually orbit each other. Okay, we're way too far out. We need to do something different. Okay, one thing that I used to like to do with this game was War of the Worlds. So let's see if we can find my simulation that I just recently did. Let's see, what is this? Last open never. Autosave. Let's see what this is. It's probably something from a long... No, this is what we did when we made that video on. Okay. Simulation can't run any faster with current settings. Yeah, it can. It does it all the time. What are you talking about? Okay. So what we were doing with this is we just created our own system. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try launching big old rocks from one planet to the other. Or, you know what? I changed my mind. I want to do something more interesting. Random asteroid. Nah. We've done enough destruction. Why don't we create something for once? So, what we can do here is we can create some really, really big gas giants, right? And create a star. That's hypothetically how gas giants formed into stars in the first place. It's by colliding with each other, and that gas giants are just failed stars. So let's just start combining gas giants together until we create a star. Wow, that one is insanely big. That one's even bigger, holy crap. The rest of these are just puny though. Hold on one second, y'all. My bad. Okay, this one's insanely... Plunxiopus? That's right, that's the system I want to live in. We gotta keep throwing really, really big gas giants at each other until we create a star. So this time, if we do it authentically, then we will have a star that isn't cold, like the one we had before, which is a really weird anomaly. I kind of want to turn on position lock for this, though. For those of you who are joining right now, instead of destroying things, until somebody tells me what they want me to do, I'm just going to create a new star system. So we got a gas giant here that is 26 times the mass of Jupiter, but we want to get that up to 90. So what we do is we just keep throwing, what is this? Irregular galaxy? No, hell no. No, we're not using galaxies. So we're just going to launch gas giants at it until it becomes hot and bright enough and big enough to become a star to support fusion. This is going to get really laggy really fast. So those of you who don't like low frame videos, you can just skip this part or pause it until it gets a little bit better. I guess it's really up to you. But yeah, I hate the limitations of my hardware. I'm actually planning on getting a better computer soon. Okay, now it just seems to be losing mass, which is kind of a problem. I'm going to take a little bit of shortcut because we don't have too much time left. I'm going to multiply the mass times 10. Okay, so we have the same problem as we had before. It's too cold. Okay. So now we have Plunxiopus, our star, that is 19% the mass of the sun. So now we just need to figure out where to go from here. Whoever's, well, yeah. Let's see. I guess we can make it brighter or something. Or maybe it's good like this. Yeah, let's just keep it like this. So let's turn on habitable mode. Or first go to tools and delete all particles and dust. Next, what we need to do is start creating planets. So we need to put a planet in the habitable zone, blank planet. We're going to put a blank planet here. I kind of wanted to see what this is all about. So let's have it orbit. Wow. 2% of an AU. Okay. Holy crap, these days are going to be, or these years are going to be really short. So we turn off. Wow, it's literally blank. There's like nothing here. No surface features. It's all the same. Oops, my bad. So we turn on position lock for this. Same thing with this one. Okay, maybe I made a little bit of a mistake here. This looks like the habitable zone of what? This is the habitable zone of Earth-like planet. This is habitable zone of blank planet. How does that make it? That doesn't make any sense. Huh. I don't know. Let's see. Alright. I guess we'll just wait. Oh yeah. Okay, position lock. So let's see, is the planet getting harder? When is it gonna stop? Oh geez. Okay, now our star just suddenly got very active. This would basically be the doom of any civilization that'd be close by. So it looks like we may need to change our semi-major axis. Just weird that you can do that. Make it twice the distance. Okay, is it cooling off now? Yeah. Okay, that seemed to have fixed our problem. So now what we want to do is make it to where this is not a blank planet. We gotta actually customize it with our own features. It's 2 times the mass of the Earth, and it's 32% bigger than the Earth. So we gotta work with what we got, which isn't a whole lot, if I'm gonna be honest. We turn off habitable view, and then we go to blank planet, right? Which is orbiting pretty fast. Its orbital period is 10 days. Let's see, is the temperature cooling down a little bit? Oh yeah. It's rotating time is moving very fast, I mean. Wow, okay, so it's really cooled off. Why is it so close? I don't understand. What's going on? So maybe we turn off position lock and let it adjust to its new orbit. Okay. Okay, what's going on here? This is really buggy. So we turn on orbits, slow down the time. I kind of want to do auto orbit with this. No, I go back to motion. My bad. Okay, there we go. And let's see if this is within the habitable zone. Don't tell me it's that far out. Oh my god, yeah. No wonder it's so cold. So we need to actually add a blank planet here that's within the habitable zone. We're just going to do a random rocky planet. There we go. So this, I assume, is... Oh, wow. Are you serious? It gave me another Earth-like planet? Just like that? Does it have any water? Oh, yeah. Of course it does. So let's see how much ocean mass that is. That's 49% the mass of the ocean, so it already gave us a good blank slate. Ulapud? Wow, this is gorgeous. But also, I wonder what the composition is, if it has life or anything. Let's turn on cities for it. Just so I want to see what it looks like at night. Oh yeah, there's cities. Very small ones, very isolated small cities, but at least they exist. So let's see how long a day is on this planet. Its orbital period is 1 week, which is not surprising considering the lack in temperature of the star we created. Rotational period, oh my gosh. How many hours is that? So a day is 4.5 hours. A lot reminiscent of Earth's early days. Just look how big that star is. Okay. So now, what is going on here? Oh my gosh, what is that? What's going on here? Is it just a glitch or something? Oh, no, it's just orbiting at a really weird angle. Okay, so it gets really hot, I believe. No, even though it is in a regular orbit. So we already have a pretty decent planet here. What I kind of want to do now is up the ante just a little bit. So, wow, okay, people have been talking. For some reason, it wasn't showing y'all's messages. Here they go. So, as I stated in the description, if you want to see something, if you want to see me do something in this simulation, Universe Sandbox 2, then just let me know. Basically, for those of y'all who don't know, Universe Sandbox allows you to manipulate physics of a solar system or any sort of space object to however you want it to be, right? So that's basically it. That's the premise, and that's why I like having a lot of fun with it, because playing God is a lot of fun, believe it or not. So now we have this planet orbiting this star. What we're gonna do, I want to create a sort of scenario where you have a planet, or it's a binary orbit with a planet, and they're a lot similar in properties and also in life likelihood. So we create not another Earth, but an Earth-like planet. Nah, it's way too massive, way too big. We're just gonna do a random exoplanet, or a random rocky planet. There we go. So let's take a look at this one. Does this also have water on it? What's with all these rocky planets having water? Maybe that's not water. Whatever it is, it's very tiny. So it's a moon. That's interesting. Composition does have water. It's 15% the mass of Earth, but half the size. I don't understand how that works. Very spongy planet, probably. So let's just turn on realistic vegetation, city lights. So I wonder what would happen now if our two beloved planets we just created, orbiting the same star, very close to each other, within view of each other, really, with the naked eye. What would happen if they went to war, right? War of the Worlds, where basically two planets launch very large projectiles at each other until one or the other is dead at very insane speeds. So let's just see what would happen. We've got to slow it down just a little bit. I also want to be reassured that it's actually going to be orbiting this planet. Is it? Yeah, because I have trails on, so let's turn on orbits. Okay, good. So it clearly is orbiting. Probably because our star is so small, if I'm going to be honest. So let's take another look at our planet, or our moon. For some reason it's being buggy. Hold on, y'all. So I want to look at the semi-major axis. Its orbital period's 2 days. The temperature on this one is 17 degrees Celsius. It'd be weird them eclipsing each other. One of them is clearly way bigger than the other, but imagine what this would be like, living on a planet and then your moon having life on it as well, looking right back at you every night. So, I kind of would see what happened now. We slow it down. So they're moving at a consistent rate. Let's turn back on trails, and we're going to start launching projectiles at these planets, having them launch projectiles at each other. Let's do some relatively large ones too, because these are interplanetary weapons. They have to be powerful because you only get, what, one shot with them. So let's make it very fast, at about 75 kilometers a second. In this case, it would take literally mere minutes for our, no, we're launching Jupiter. We're gonna launch pretty large asteroids. So let's see what it would look like. Will it make it? Let's find out. Probably not. Okay, geez, that thing is going really fast. Looks like it might impact. Oh, nope, it's gonna miss it. Huh, interesting. So these things would be really hard to launch, for them to launch at each other. So instead, let's get to right here where they're on the same orbital plane, so they don't miss. So that's kind of my issue here, is making sure they're getting launched at each other. But they're going so fast that if they impact it, it's going to cause a catastrophe. Okay, one of them is most likely to make it, more likely to make it. They might both hit. Oh god. Nope. Okay, they're going to miss. Of course they are. So maybe we need to launch them at like 100 kilometers a second. 115 maybe. So what happens now if we launch these interplanetary missiles, make them launch at each other going really, really fast? Something I kind of want to see. Alright, we go back to this one, because it's pretty big. 5 kilometers at this speed would be enough to eliminate life pretty much everywhere. So maybe if we launch multiple, there's going to be an even bigger chance that they hit each other. It'd be easier to launch at this planet because it's way bigger. So let's see what happens now. 115 kilometers a second. Okay, here it comes. I think this might hit. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay, so they're like cluster munitions, almost, causing catastrophic damage. That's insane. But the only thing is that some of the debris launched this way is going to blow right back to this planet over here. Let's see how big these fragments are, to just kind of scale the damage. Wow. Okay, so this fragment right here is almost the size of Earth. This one's about 1 kilometer, so they vary. Yeah, they vary. Okay, so now for a retaliatory strike from this planet. Let's see how it looks. There we go. So are they following the same? Yeah, they're following the same plane. So we need to launch a bunch to ensure that they hit. Oh, shit. I did not mean to do that. Oops. Okay, that Jupiter's gonna mess up everything. I gotta delete it real quick. Thankfully, I wasn't, the simulation was paused. That's what I hate about this launch menu. So, they're gonna retaliate now. Launch some really big rocks at super fast speeds. So this one is probably gonna cause a lot more catastrophe just because they're going perpendicular directions from one another. So let's just see. Okay, yeah, they're gonna hit hard. Wait, what? Are they gonna miss? Oh no. They're actually like finding their way. Oh my god. Okay. For those of you who didn't see that, it looks like a little penis. Alright, yeah. Everyone's dead. That'd probably be some intense damage right there. Severe damage. So, now we're kind of gonna have to do a final showdown. I know this is dumb. We'll stop doing this. If y'all want to see me do something else, then please let me know. And for the viewer who's watching right now, thank you for sticking with me, even though there's not a whole lot of people here. I really appreciate y'all's time. So let's see. We gotta try launching Ares. These two planets have to launch at each other. Whichever one misses will cease to exist, because of course, if planetoid like this hits your planet at that insane of a speed, 115 kilometers a second, it would basically annihilate your planet. So let's try doing this. Alright, we're gonna see who wins in 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. Jeez. Okay, so size doesn't always matter. Size wasn't enough to save this planet right here. And of course, they always come in with that dramatic ass music. Wow. So it looks like it's cooling off, but that was still a major impact. We're gonna have to see what kind of ramifications it has. Maybe it, because of its insane speed, it would change the orbit just a little bit. So I'd be surprised if after a while, this moon, Tasserferv, isn't orbiting Ullaput anymore. So let's see how its orbit changed. Probably significantly. The only way we can find out is by increasing the speed of the simulation. And of course, turning on orbit view. Okay, that's not going to help. I think orbits are kind of fucked up here. Did the other planet die? What happened? What happened to the other one? Did it come back with a vengeance? Huh, I don't know. Well, anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the live stream here. I've kind of run out of ideas, and there's not a whole lot of viewership anyways, so if y'all want to see more live streams in the future, make sure to let me know by hitting that like and subscribe button down below, especially those of you who are watching in the future. I really appreciate y'all's time, and as such, I'm trying to give back to the community. I'm doing so in the form of a contest, a sort of raffle, right? So if you like or comment on this video that I have posted right here at the top of the screen, or that I'm going to try to put in the video, that's how you enter for this sweepstakes. And the deadline is November 20th. It's a $50 gift card of your choice if you win. So become eligible for that today by hitting that like, subscribe button, please. Other than that, I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for watching.